Welcome back, everyone. This is going to be our next mission. We're on the defense now. We are defending this church town again, but this time the Germans are coming from the west. They're coming from the opposite side of which we defended last time. So we're going to be setting up on the east side with our artillery and spreading out our infantry and AT guns in advantageous spots, so that way we can hold this point as long as we can. Let's see how this goes. As my engineers are finally setting up mines on Point Charlie, and air raid sirens comes off, and a BF-109 and a BF-110, a bomber, comes strafing in, hoping to get some kills, but AA is pretty ready, shooting them down and killing the pilots once they land on the floor. Germans hoping to get a flank on our northern side, push a vehicle filled with infantry attacking that flank, but I am able to get an LVT-4 and a squad to help pin down the enemies in the open field. An allied quad AA holds down the southern flank as the Stug 33 starts to position itself out of our line of sight. Germans hoping to get a good advantage on the northern flank, just keep on sending infantry after infantry as my 88 starts shredding them and my 50 cals open up. Germans send a mechanized wave on my southern flank. My infantry try to hide as I push two tanks forward to deal with that threat as quickly as possible, killing both transports. After dealing with the transports, I move my tanks back so they're not surprised by any Panzerfaust or German artillery in the back. My engineer squad arrives on the northern flank just in time to prepare with trenches. As another mechanized assault happens, my twin 50s start opening up, killing a lot of the infantry. A German Panzer III pushes up on the northern flank, so I have to retreat my LVT-4s and hope that it comes within range of my AT guns. Panzer III pushes forward as my AT guns take their time trying to kill it. I retreat my LVT-4 as German infantry advance on the northern flank. We're having a hard time, but we're finally able to kill the Panzer III. Checking on my southern flank, I see a giant patch of German soldiers in the open. I reposition another squad and an LVT-4 to help support. The Stug 33 pushes and assaults a Point Charlie as German infantry slowly crawl through the town, hoping to get closer to my troops. A 2cm flat cannon starts engaging my 88, artillery helps support, and we're eventually able to kill it. Hoping to get a Panzer III on my own, I send two engineers forward to start repairing it in the middle of the field. With engineers finally building the trenches, I push forward my 82nd Airborne troops to get a better secured location, rather than just a bunch of bushes. A Stug 33 getting really frustrated shoots the ammo crate on Point Charlie, hoping to kill as many people as possible. Hoping to get some AT kills, I push up Melvin White to get some Panzerfausts and Panzerschrecks out of an ammo crate, hoping to kill the Stug 33. Germans do a surprise attack on my eastern flank surrounding my infantry, but we're able to mow them down in the middle of the field. Germans start making a massive push towards Point Delta as I try to fight them off with a BAR from Philip Brooks. German rocket artillery starts shredding people on Point Charlie, killing some of their own men as I try to get Melvin White into cover, hoping he doesn't die. Melvin White finally gets his moment as he puts two Panzerfausts in the side of the Stug 33, killing all the crewmen and the tank itself. Melvin White becomes a Medal of Honor recipient after two tank kills on Point Charlie, earning him 13 ranks in a matter of 30 seconds. With Germans pushing the outside of the city, anti-tank crews start taking shots at tanks, missing one but killing a Panzer II at close range. I check on my northern flank to see that my two engineers repairing the Panzer III have been gunned down, so I have my 82nd Airborne hold down that flank as I send another one to help repair it. Germans send forward their rocket troops as well as some infantry to attack Point Delta. I'm able to get a 90mm cannon into it as well as a Panzerfaust, destroying the rocket launcher. The Germans, with infuriated in this loss, push forward a bunch of infantry to start capping Point Delta. I defend with a BAR. My BAR defends me by taking a bullet. I send a fire team into Point Delta, hoping to stall the cap as infantry pour in. I get met with great artillery fire and mortars, killing most of my men. Don't do this with the American troops because they have white phosphorus for smoke, and so I burn one of my guys alive trying to cover them. Having lost control of both forward points, I center all my units around my very last point to hold, so we were able to cap and win the game, hopefully. Taking a look at my northern flank, I see most of my troops have died as well as some of my trenches, so I reinforce with the engineer squad to take cover in the bushes to hold it down. I bring my final recon squad over to help support this flank as well, as there's not many troops and I need to start repairing my AT gun. I spot 2 flares getting shot on my troops on my southern flank, and it all begins a full-out retreat, hoping to save as many as I can from a ginormous arm attack that's incoming. As my southern flank is able to retreat from a massive artillery barrage, the bazooka men and my tank destroyer are able to kill a Panzer IV that are pushing down the center. A German rocket barrage starts hammering my northern flank as I duck my guys into their trenches. I send forward an LVT-4 to clear the crew of the rocket and hoping to get some more. The driver of the LVT-4 gets revenge on his tank commander by driving over a transport truck, making a big explosion, killing the commander and another crewman. They're able to take out the rocket launcher right afterwards. Spotting another artillery flare, I rush my men out of the center of town, hoping not to get crushed by buildings and artillery rounds. A German 88 spots my tank destroyer and kills it with one deadly shot. I push Eugene Price up forward to get revenge on the 88 that kills me as it drives in the middle of town. Germans stage a small offensive on my southern flank, getting cut down by tanks. Hoping that my other tank does not get sniped out of the blue, I've dropped smoke in the center of town, obscuring its vision from everything else. Germans trying to lay down to suppress themselves from our sight. We're able to spot them with the LVT-4s and start shooting them while they're just in the open. Friendly AA shoots down a recon plane, but the crash almost kills one of our medics. German troops push down the middle against one of my 82nd squads with mortars and grenades, killing most of the squad in the bush. Friendly Artie is able to blindly counter battery the mortar, killing it and ending the mission. So overall, again, defense is holding on pretty strong. When they're not really getting too far to our last point, we're able to get a nice little semicircle around it and holding them off for the most part. We do lose the forwardmost points, but you don't need to hold those to win the round. So focusing on that 1 point is probably the best tactic. You can put some units up in the forwardmost spots just to skirmish with them, but from what I found is concentrating your troops in the center, having nice solid flanks, because they do flank you a lot in this mod, and that will go the farthest. But yeah, did pretty good. I hope you guys enjoy. I'm having a blast making these. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.